This is Sarah, age 8. This is Eric, age 6 3/4. This is Tata, age 7. This is Shayna, age 6. These children and others like them will try to make you understand what they're talking about on Child's Play. And here is the host of Child's Play, Bill Cullen.
Thank you all, and welcome to Child's Play, a game for grown-ups. Well, now I want you to meet right now. Let's begin with our current champion. Ladies and gentlemen, he is Major Dave Kerner. So far, he has won a total of $700, and he's here to try for more. Welcome back, Dave. Good to have you with us.
Thanks very much, Bill. Nice to meet you.
You told me yesterday a little bit about your daughter who plays soccer. Anything else you want me to know about you?
Well, I have another daughter who's into playing the piano and everything else. She's a little bit older, 12 years old.
Well, you got a lot of talent in your family.
Oh, I sure do.
Let me make welcome right now your opponent for the moment. Let us say hello to Patty Hahn. Welcome, Patty. Good to have you at Child's Play.
Well, I'm a productive real estate agent. I taught school for 10 years before that. I'm a mother of a little miniature Superman.
Oh, good for you. You were a school teacher?
Yes.
And have a little miniature Superman.
Yes, he flies around the house and keeps me safe. And...
I know, I used to do the same thing. You ready to play?
Yes, I am.
Dave, I know you are all ready, so let's get set with Child's Play. Now, we aimed, as you know, our cameras at children who are 5 to 9 and asked them to interpret some everyday words for us. Your job is going to be to guess those words. Now, we're going to start the guessing with you, Dave. So, word number 1 is coming up. We're going to let the audience at home play along with us on this one. I got to get this name. This is a name that I have trouble with, and I'm going to get it right this time. Word number 1, described by Vanessa Grigoriadis. Good going, Bill. She's 7.5 years old from New York. If you would, please, Vanessa.
Oh, yes. When somebody, let's say in school, somebody does something really bad. They hit somebody and the person faints or something like that. And then, in recess, somebody comes up to this other person and says, "Did you hear, somebody did this to this other person, and he fainted. Oh, it was really awful. I was right there. I'm the only eyewitness there."
Based on that description, Dave, from Vanessa Grigoriadis, what do you think the word is?
I think maybe with all the talking, she might be talking about a tattletale.
No? Tattletale's a darn good guess. Patty, you're going to get your shot now. Remember, we're talking about, or the next child will be talking about the very same word. And here's Frederick Stanton, 7.5, from New York. Frederick, sir.
Secrets overheard and being talked about. It may be heard also, and thus the secret may be heard twice. But the word, it doesn't have to be secret. It can be something, it can be news, it can be news before it has gotten out on the newspapers, newscasts, and TV.
7.5 years old. There you go. Thank you, Frederick. Oh, man.
Oh, he had a clever,
What do you-
definition. That's got to be gossip.
Gossip is the right answer, Patty, and that's one for you. Now, let me take care of a little business here. That little oopsie you saw over Frederick's mouth means that he slipped and said the word, and we blocked it out, no more than that. Now, before we go on to the next word, we'd like to show you the way another child interprets the same word. We're still talking about gossip. Here's another 7.5-year-old from New York City, Sasha Segan. Sasha, tell us about gossip.
Well, I don't know much about it, and this I'm not sure of. Well, it's like The Star and the Inquirer are 2 magazines made for that purpose. And it's like telling people it's like telling people about some things about a person which you're not supposed to know. Maybe I didn't know much about it.
He does. He ended up saying, I told you I didn't know much about it. You know a lot about it, Sasha. Okay, now it's 1 point for Patty. Dave, you have not scored yet. We played Child's Play until time is up, and whoever's ahead at that point wins $500 and a chance at $5,000, and we'll be back to do that in just a moment. But right now, would you watch this? Okay, here we are. We're back. Patty, you're leading 1-0. We're going to start with you, Patty. And let's show, first of all, let us show the audience at home the word we're playing for. There's the word. Now, occasionally one of our children become overwhelmed when they have to describe a certain word, but they screw their courage to the sticking point and they get through no matter what. Such is the case with this one. Listen to the description by Marty Pritikin. He is 6 years old from Los Angeles, and here's the way he handles that word. Marty.
That is sickening. It's like, do I have to? Oh, God. I don't know how to explain this. Promise not to tell anybody. I'm so embarrassed. When somebody falls in love, I don't fully find saying this. And like they kiss or hug.
That, I have been around for a long time. That is the greatest exit I ever saw. Based on his approach, what do you think the word is, Patty?
Well, hopefully, if you're kissing and hugging, you're in love.
No, it is not love. And you're going to get a chance now, Dave. Same word. Here's Allison Triarci, 8 years old from Los Angeles. Allison, same word, please.
It's like when two people, it could be when it's really dark and there's a full moon with lots of bright stars. Two people are kissing and all that stuff. Or they could be right by a pond and the pond's with the stars above it and it's sort of like sparkling and you can see your face in it. Or you're in the forest and you hear a lot and you can smell pine needles and you're kissing like there's trees all around you with a pond near.
Boy, she sold me. That's all I have to say. Based on the two descriptions, you've heard one from a young man and one from a young lady. What do you think the word is, Dave?
Well, it's kind of hard for me to say too, Bill, but I think maybe they're talking about making out.
Well, that might be what they're talking about, but that's not how we refer to it. Patty, you listen carefully because you're going to get a shot at the same word. This time it's Cassie Feldman, 7 years old from New York. Cassie, please.
Well, let's say there's a man and a woman, and they go out to dinner, and no one else is at the place, and they're sitting by candlelight, and there's a rose in the middle of the table, and the lights dim, and that's what they call it.
Thank you, Cassie. All right. There have three definitions you've heard. What do you think, Patty?
Well, with the lights dim and candlelight, I would say romantic.
Romance or romantic is the right answer. Okay. Okay, that's the idea. Interesting the different way a 6, a 7, and an 8-year-old looks at it. Dave, we're going to begin with you. We're not going to show the folks at home this time, but here's Heather Olive, age 6.5 years old, a brand new word. Heather, please. Hello, Heather.
Like, you don't want to do something and you're not so happy and stuff. And you don't want to go on a trip because you don't like to go on trips. And you don't like to go on boats because they get you seasick. So you don't want to, but you have to. And you don't like it, so you're getting really angry.
All right. that's all we're going to get from Heather. What do you think the word is, Dave?
Boy, I really don't have... I'm going to say resistant, Bill, but
Okay, we'll give Patty a chance to listen to another description of the same word. This time it's Catherine Hyde. She's 7.5 from New York. Catherine, please.
It means you have nothing to do, and you say you're waiting for an airplane, and it has 2 hours lateness because it's gone too slow, and that's what it means.
All right, thank you, Catherine. What do you think the word is, Patty?
Well, I've sit at many airports, and I would say it was boring.
Boring is the right answer. Bored we would have taken, but those descriptions fit both. Three for Patty here, and Dave has not scored yet. We're coming up with another word. We're going to begin with you, Patty, so hang in there. First, we're going to show it to the folks at home so they know what we're... There's the word we have in mind. And here's David Roof. He zeroes in on these pretty well. He's 8.5 from Los Angeles. David, tell us about this word.
It's when you eat too much and you got a really bad stomach ache. One time I had that when I went to my friend's birthday party. I ate like 11 pieces of pizza and 2 glasses of Coke. That night I could not eat. I needed plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what really finished.
David is going to go far. Patty, what do you think the word is?
Oh, I got 2 words, and I don't know which one to use.
Pick
I'm
one.
going to say upset.
Nope, Dave, that gives you a shot to listen to the next description. Same word being described by Heather Chapman. She's 8 years old from Los Angeles. Dave, it's all yours. Heather, please.
Means like when you have like a stomach ache and you really don't feel good, and lots of people take Pepto-Bismol or you need the specialist or something. Oh, that's for diarrhea.
Little bit of diagnostic confusion, but what do you think the word is, Dave?
well, we've got upset stomach, diarrhea,
And?
ache.
No. A break for you, Patty. It's back to you. Here's Patrick Bittinger, 9 years old from Los Angeles. Same word, Patrick, if you would.
It's when you eat something that your stomach doesn't like or agree with, and your stomach just you get sick, and it sort of makes your stomach feel like it's shaky and you're going in and out or something.
That's it. What do you think the word is, Patty?
Well, it was my second choice. Indigestion.
Indigestion is right. That's it. Okay. Score is 4 for Patty. Dave, you have not scored yet. When we come back to Child's Play, we're going to shift gears and play the game for speed in the fast play round. We'll be back to do just that in just a moment. Watch this if you will.
I'm out.
Time for fast play. As I told you, we're going to show you a series of children. Each child will be defining a different word. As soon as either of you recognize the word, interrupt with your signal. In fast play, we double the points. So from now on, every correct answer worth 2 points. When you hear this school bell, time's up. Whoever's ahead wins the game. $500 and a chance at $5,000. Ready to interrupt? Here's Eric Vaught with the first word. Eric, old friend.
Well, that's like, say you want to play little jokes on people. Yeah. Why did the elephant jump over?
What do you think it is, Dave?
I think it's a riddle.
That's absolutely right. I think the elephant jumping over the fence did it for you. Score 4-2. And here's next word is Olga Spilevsky. Olga, please.
It's like when you're going real fast, a policeman.
What do you think, Dave?
Speeding.
Nope. We're gonna take speeding. Absolutely. You got it, and another one up there for you. It's 4-4 and all tied up. An old friend of ours, Juliana Stefanoff, ready to interrupt. Here's the next word. Juliana.
Helps you think.
Dave, what do you think?
Your brain.
Brain is the right answer. You did it on Just Think. 6-4. New word coming up. Kate Barno and her description. Kate, please.
It's something that has colors and it comes after the rain when the...
Dave, you're first again.
Rainbow?
Colors and rainbow. Okay, for 8 to 4. New word. This one is described by Brian Roig. Brian.
It's orange, and you get it on Halloween.
You're first, Patty.
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin's right. Orange and Halloween. Next word. Catherine DeLand. It's a close game. Ready to interrupt. Catherine, please.
On math, you might do real well and get an A+. But then in spelling,
Dave.
Report card.
Report card's the right answer, Dave. 10 to 6. It's a good game. Next word, described for you by Elizabeth Karen. Elizabeth.
Sometimes when a lady gets married, she puts some, it's like a rub.
What do you think,
A
Patty?
garter.
Garter is the right answer. The score is 10 for Dave and 8 for Patty. And here's Ravi Isola with the next word. Ravi.
It's when like the dam broke and it went a whole bunch of water.
What do you think, Dave?
A flood.
Flood's the right answer, Dave. The breaking dam did it for you. Another word. This one described by Amy Fitzpatrick. Amy.
Well, it's like a dictionary, but it just tells.
Dave.
An encyclopedia.
Encyclopedia is the right answer, Dave. That's it. Time is up, Dave. You've won it again. Come on over here. We'll give you a shot at another $5,000. Nicely played, Major. Patty, you did a good job. You played well, indeed. Patty Hahn, you played well and you really represented yourself very well. We have some very nice gifts for you. Thank you for being with us on Child's Play. Thank you, Patty.
Thank you.
Congratulations again. You got another 500. That brings you up to what, 12? And when we get back here, we're going to do the triple play, give you a shot at another 5,000. We'll give Dave that chance right after this for you. See you in a moment. That was a nice come from behind win there.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
it all started at once.
You were down a bit, and then you turned on the afterburner, and you blazed right through there.
through it.
Picked up $500, and now, as you know, Dave, it's time to try for 5,000 in the triple play game. We asked our Child's Play kids to write brief definitions of simple words, and then we took 3 definitions per word, each written by a different child, A, B, or C. You have a total, as you know, of 45 seconds to get all 6. Pay $100 a word, and if you get them all, you win 5,000. Okay? Let's hope you do it this time. Bring in the clock. Now, time will begin when you tell me where you want your first word.
C.
Something that reflects your face.
A mirror.
Correct.
C.
When a lady has her fingers painted.
Manicure.
Correct.
B.
Gooey and good when it's roasted.
Marshmallow.
Correct.
A.
A liquid that is made from fruit.
Orange juice.
Take another.
B.
A thing that grows on trees.
Apples.
Take another.
C.
It's a thing on a tree that changes colors every season.
Leaves.
Take another word.
C.
A square with dots numbered 1 to 6.
B.
2 cubes used in board games.
Dice.
Dice is right. That's it, you did it. I'll explain what happened there. I'll explain. Let me first tell you the good news. You got all 6. You had $1,200 going in, and you picked up $5,000. So now it's a total of $6,200. And inadvertently, I didn't give you credit for one that you got, and that one, Juice, was an absolutely correct one that you came up with there. And so you got a total of 6, and you did it with time to spare. So you have at this moment $6,200. And we'll be back here in just a moment. But right now, we have a word for you. All right. Our word. We've been talking. Tell us more about your 2 kids.
Okay, the youngest I think we've talked about plays soccer. The older one, Christiane, is in 6th grade. She was just recently the captain of her kickball team, as a matter of fact. So we're doing a lot of work with our feet around my house.
What are you going to do with the $6,200? Any idea?
Well, I've got an excellent idea. I think I'm going to put it somewhere so that when time comes for college for both of them, that there'll be a little set aside somewhere and doing something with anyway. So.
That's a very nice. What are their names? Christiane
and Susanna.
And Susanna is the soccer player.
She's a soccer player.
All right, Dave, you're working on $6,200, and we invite you back here again next time and pick it up right where you left off and see if you can't put another $5,500 to that, okay?
I'd love to.
By the way, if you like kids, you will love Child's Play. Goodbye, and thank you very much.